In or out, it's your call.
There's no ref here.
That's on us.
Decisions like these are about trust.
That's spirit.
Not a slogan.
But to be fair,
Even when the game is on the line.
It's not easy.
Sometimes it gets intense.
Because spirit keeps the game bigger than the point.
Bigger than the call.
bigger than me,
It's how I know I can go all out.
and trust my opponent will too.
It's not just rules, it's respect.
Because when you respect the call,
You respect the player.
It's every decision you make.
Every conversation, every point.
It's the reason I compete at my best.
And when I have to make the call,
in or out,
I'll call it honestly.
because spirit is the standard.
And we don't play below it.
They're looking for a reason to quit. Let's give it to them.
Hello and welcome to round 3 coverage from here at Surrey Newton Athletic Park for the Canadian Junior Ultimate Championships 2026. We've got a good game for you today between Titane women and TORO women. My name is Jonah Liash and I'm joined by Mahim Mayot. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we've got kind of a good matchup here. The number 1 seed out of the Ontario region in TORO women and the number 2 seed out of Montreal, Titane. Marie, what can you tell us about these teams and some of their matchups?
Well, these teams have seen each other not as far back as 3 weeks ago at the OJ Cup in Ottawa. TORO took the win there, so for sure Stan will want a rematch today. So it's going to be a really tight game, I hope.
Yeah, teams getting ready, going to the lines, finishing up their cheers. High energy. We've got a bit of a crowd as well. Some of the boys from Quebec cheering on their province mates as the first lines get called here. I'm excited. It's starting to heat up here in Surrey. The wind is starting to die down. As far as play styles go, do you know if these teams are running zone defense or zone offense or?
I think TORO will privilege their zone defense. It's really strong. We'll see if they bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering who's starting on O and on D on this game. I haven't seen the flip.
Yeah, I haven't seen the flip.
We'll see how that starts off.
Looks like it's going to be TORO on defense. I see the observer with the frisbee. And the first point of any game really sets the tone for how things are going to come down. If you're starting out the first couple points lazy, it's easy to fall behind and make a couple mistakes. But hearing the sideline presence and the energy from at least the Quebec contingent here, it's getting loud and the game hasn't even started yet.
Alors, Titane versus TORO, un rematch d'il y a 3 semaines. Titane va commencer en offense. Ils sont prêts sur la ligne.
Hands are up, ready for the first pull, just waiting on the observers to give the go-ahead. Nice thing about tournaments like this, everything starts on time.
Observers will keep us in check in between points, timeouts, and halftime, so it'll be quick.
Yeah.
And we've just heard the horn.
Toro women with the pull. Low one gets just about to half field. Van Hove picking up. 3 cutters going out. And a slight miscue on the around throw. Turnover. We've got number 8, Shara. Up to number 3, Lucy Gao. Back to Shara Pearson. Shot just almost out of range, but reeled in. Toro knocking on the doorstep here, but stuck on this open side sideline. Finds a release valve, and that's number 6, Kelly Choa, to number 3, Tina Dagan, for the score.
Un premier bris pour Toro, first break for Toro.
Unfortunate, just a little bit of a miscue there from Titane women. Kind of stepped around for the backhand, but held onto the disc a little bit too long and threw it sort of upfield instead of out into space. Maybe a bit of nerves, maybe the wind. For those at home who can't feel the wind as we can, it's a little bit of a light left to right breeze. So stepping out to throw that backhand, maybe the wind kind of made the thrower second guess a little bit. But nonetheless, Toro with the first break of the game.
Toro coming out with a person defense, not a zone defense. So we'll see how that goes for the second point.
Mm-hmm. See, a lot of teams do opt, when you're going, when the other team's going upwind, you want a zone because it makes it harder to throw and gain lots of room. But when they're going downwind, it can be a little bit harder to contain. So you're right. We'll see if it's a wind thing or if it's just a preference thing. Getting ready to pull here. Naomi Liu with the disc. Hearing it might be a person defense again. Coach on the sideline said, force home. Toussignon with the disc. Centering to Tremblay. They'll give and go. Upfield. Nice gainer on the open side. Toro defense doing a good job congesting the lanes. Amelia Ray with the disc. Oh, tough shot. A little bit of a zippy forehand. Can't quite reel it in. Toussignon with the drop. Toro with another chance to break, coming downwind this time. Shot to the middle. A bit of give and go action. And a big huck. Davy Young throwing it. Lola Merle in chase. Reads it perfectly for the grab. 2-0 for Toro.
Un deuxième bris de suite pour Toro. L'énergie est haute. A second break for Toro, so energy is really high on that side.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about starting out the game and you're coming upwind and you get the turnover and you punch in that upwind score. Then you're coming downwind for the next break and it can really quickly turn into a 1-2 punch. See how Titane responds here. Looks like maybe not a full timeout, but definitely the whole team getting together to listen in and stay present in the moment.
Would you do a power line this early in the game with 2 breaks down already?
I think I would. I think it can be really easy for games to get out of hand early on. If you get scored on 3-4 times right out the gate, especially for juniors who are maybe not as experienced, it's easy to get down on yourselves and let that energy drop. If I'm Iwan O'Connor on the coaching staff, I'm saying, okay, let's get our best 7 out there and let's really make sure we punch this one in, because I think this is an important point. The pull. Shara Pearson. Nice pull, bit of OI. Hangs up. It's just past half. And with the disc. Camille Tremblay. Gets it to Amelia Ray. Rose an open side shot, but just out of the hands. Number 53, Justin Ebaye. Shara Pearson. Nope. Apologies. Let's show it.
Titane recovering that disc.
Lucy Gao with the throw there. Just out of the hands. Simon Charest. And another turnover for Titane. These throws just not quite connecting as they need to. Maybe adjusting to the wind.
Just out of the hands of Camille Roux.
Just a little bit too far on these throws. Pearson to Showa. Back to Dagan. Up to Pearson. Working it really nice now. Chekalova with the disc. And a leading shot to the end zone. Perfectly weighted, just outside. Haney Nari with the disc. Shoots to the end zone, but blocked by Titane. That is
Audrey Couillard.
number 5, Audrey Couillard. And looking deep, Flickhock. Fender and chase, and a nice block from Gao. Lucy Gao reads it well, but doesn't pick up. Decides to leave it for Shara Pearson. Toro here in a horizontal set. They hit the reset. Dagan with the disc. Back to Pearson. Up the field. Run through block from Amelia Ray. Excellent read. Really hits the Jets to get underneath and make that play. Another chance for Titane here. And it looks like there's a call, maybe an injury. Lucy Gao coming off the field.
Une blessure du côté de Toro, un changement. On va voir si Titane décide de changer un joueur. Oui, Titane change un joueur également.
Yeah, and Naomi Liu coming to replace her as well. Number 41, Anaï Drolet, coming off for number 80, Leonie Sanogo Bergeron. Both teams allowed to make substitutions. If there's an injury on one team, the other team is allowed to make one substitution as well. Beru with the disc. To Amelia Ray. Up the field to Sanogo Bergeron. Titane working it down this open side. Tremblay with the disc, looking to the end zone. No options, throws a scuba over the top. And a big block from number 8, Shara Pearson. Apologies, number 6, Kelly Choa. That's Shara Pearson with the disc. Nice shot up the line. Just outside, out of bounds here. Travel called. Take it back in play.
La joueuse avait couru à l'extérieur. Elle est revenue mettre son pivot dans le terrain.
Yeah, I think a bit of confusion about which line was the in-line, which is the outline. And a little discussion about where the stall count would be after the travel call. Going to the observers who can inform the players and give their perspective on when the disc should come in at, and it sounds like it's stall 7. Shara Pearson activating. Shot a little bit too far inside. Couillard with the block. Shot down the line, Van Hove. And oh, an attempt. Step around backhand, but saws it off a little bit too much, and it dives into the ground. Long point we've had here so far.
Very long point. Legs will be tired.
Yeah. Shara Pearson. Up to Choa. Teneri. A lot of really good defense from Titane coming under. As I say that, a huge block from Sanogo Bergeron. Toro just had nowhere to throw it. The upfield space was clogged. The handler reset space was clogged.
Count was getting high.
Count was getting high, but a
A
hand
hand
block
block.
stays alive. Couillard. Sanogo Bergeron knocking on the door. High release backhand. And held on by Amelia Ray. for the Titane score. What a point.
Un marathon point, un très long point, belle attrapée. Alors le score 2 pour Toro, 1 pour Titane.
Nothing but excitement for these first couple points here. Big defensive plays, big offensive plays. We saw a hand block get tipped, held onto, and then a nice high release backhand that looked like it could have hung up there, but held onto well by Amelia Ray.
Amelia Ray back from Team Canada U20 in Lagrono, Spain. A few players from both Titane and Toro coming back from Spain.
And a couple of coaches as well.
Couple of coaches. The E1 coach from Titane was coaching Team Canada Women U20.
I believe Team Canada mixed, but
sorry.
All good. A lot of notes to keep track of.
So this was a very important point for Titane. They wanted to get that one, so Toro was not leading 3-0.
Yeah. And now they've got a tough one here coming upwind. If they're able to get a stop and a break, I mean, it feels like they could very well get back into this game early on. The disc coming straight towards us and out of bounds. Seems like match defense here from Titane. Number 88, Clara Liu, starting with the disc at half. And a very deep split stack. Coming off the front of that right split stack, Veronica Davy-Young with the disc. Back to Liu. And across to Georgia Galars. Some quick handler movement here. Nice inside out break, but just a little bit too much on it. Davy-Young can't hold on. And Titane have a chance to break here.
Belle opportunité pour Titane maintenant. S'ils peuvent aller chercher ce point, ce serait très important. Ils ont tout le terrain à couvrir. They've got the entire field to cover.
Alice Bilido. Inside out flick. Nice layout grab from Camille Heroux. Another tight shot. Titane working it up slowly. Big under. Another layout pancake. Good work keeping this disc alive. Cutting out of the vert stack, coming off the back. And now, really good job working it across the width of the field. Trying to keep the disc in the middle. Heroux with the disc. Shot. Bilido. Just inside the brick mark here. Bilido asking, where's my reset? There it is. Little push pass up the line.
Dalia Robitaille avec le disque.
Heroux. This could be it. Another upline shot? No, a reset. Coming back around, looking for options. Titane set up with 3 players on the back line to give as much space in the end zone as possible. Interesting strategy we've seen some teams employ to make sure the end zone is as free for cuts like that. And what a point! Number 73, Camille Heroux to Dalia Robitaille. For those watching at home, I don't speak French. I'm from Vancouver. I've never learned any French. My pronunciation is going to be all over the place. So please bear with me. Marie will make up for my lack of any sort of facility to speak French.
That was a break for Titane. So we're scoring at 2-2. Un beau bris de Titane contre le vent pour faire un score 2-2. We've got ourselves a great game.
We've got ourselves a very good game so far. Toro came out swinging, started with 2 breaks right off the bat, and then Titane scored and broke right back. So it's 2-2 right now, and at the beginning it felt like Toro might be, they could run away with this. They look so solid, but Titane's defense has been stifling, really doing a good job taking away the unders, gumming up the reset space and making it hard for Toro to get chain 2-3 passes together.
I think Toro wants to move the disc fast, and Stan manages to stop them in their track. Stall count getting high, so very interesting game. I think we've got a timeout on our hands.
Looks like it. Our first time out. Maybe just settle the nerves. Make sure that everybody's on the same page, and just a reminder, you know, it might have been a break, but lots of game left. Just play our game, and we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, Toro is still up one break to over at Stan because they started on D, so Stan has still some way to go.
Yeah, but they're coming downwind as we talked about earlier, and if there's a place to get a break, it's coming downwind. I think we'll see. We might see a zone. We might see
That's
them.
what I'm wondering, if we'll see a zone look.
Mhm.
We'll see.
So one of the defensives we've seen a lot today is the arrowhead or the diamond zone. Some people call it the cow zone. Is that popular in Quebec as well, or are we gonna see? Do you think a 3-3-1 or a 4-2-1 or some other look?
Yeah, we'll see a lot of walls in Quebec, so I'll see. I mean, their coach E1 has seen many different play styles, so we'll see what he comes up with. Very interesting to see if he'll keep his match defense, because they've been doing some really good match defense. So
I agree. Zone can be quite good against less experienced teams, but against a team like Toro, where they have many Team Canada players who were just in Logrono, Spain, it could be a bit risky because they're a little bit more adept at carving through zone defenses. And looking at it, it looks like it is just. Oh no, it's a zone.
it's a zone. Or Pochi.
A Pochi
look.
set, just to break it up, but it looks like we're in a person now and throw into the ground, but foul called.
Faute.
I think the defender there, Bilido, just kind of running through.
La faute est non contestée. Le disque va revenir au lanceur. So uncontested foul.
Uncontested.
Back to thrower.
Seems like the right resolution.
Yeah.
And hits a throw right away to Choa. Field. Back to Pearson. And a huck look coming up. It's floating. Two defenders in chase. But a great grab from Mayavic, who's looking for the kill cut. Oh, just a little too far. Out of the reach of Tina Dagan, and Titane with a chance here to get a break.
Une opportunité pour Titan d'aller chercher le bris qu'ils ont besoin.
Oh, but the reset throw
Miscue.
just too far. Dagan picking up. Inside out flick. And no doubt about it that time. That's Mayavic with the Toro score to put them up 3-2. As we mentioned earlier, we have quite a few players on both of these teams who recently represented Team Canada in Logrono, Spain at the U20 Championships. From Toro, we have Naomi Liu, Kelly Choa, and Shara Pearson, who Liu and Pearson were on the mixed team, and Choa was on the women's team. And we also have a lot of players from Titane who were on that TC campaign.
Yes, we had Camille Tremblay, Camille Héroux, Audrey Couillard, Maëlie Tousignan in the mixed division, Clara Ray in the open division. So a lot of depth in the in both teams, actually.
Yeah. Very impressive. All the teams that were at the U20 Championships had pretty good results. The open team obviously came first. The mixed team came second.
Women's as well second.
Women's as well second.
Yeah.
So I think Canada the highest placing with a first place and 2 second places. Pretty good. The youth are looking excellent, and I'm excited to see where Canadian Ultimate goes over the next couple years.
And last summer, the Pan Americans as well Canada did pretty good.
Yeah. As we get into this point here, Toro with the aforementioned Diamond Zone, aka Arrowhead Zone, aka Cal Zone. And the shape you'll kind of see is one player in the middle, always marking, forcing them out towards the sidelines. And the goal of this zone is to get it onto the sideline, where the zone will kind of wrap around and trap them, using the sideline like an eighth defender. But Titane doing a very good job keeping the disc in the middle of the field. Sonogo Bergeron with the disc to Van Hove. Out to Couillard. Back into the middle to Sonogo Bergeron. And they're working it up really well. These little pop passes TORO not really crashing in and following them, and Titane breaking free.
As you said, Titane being able to play in the center of the field, not getting trapped on the line.
Van Hove with the disc. Wow. And as TORO melts into a person defense, oh, just
Just
the
over the
finishing
hands.
throw.
Great disc movement from Titane. Très beau mouvement du disque par Titane. Maintenant, il faut qu'il y ait la défensive. They need to get this D now.
I agree. It's so frustrating. You do all that work, moving it up the field, and then just on the last finishing throw, a little bit of a misexecution. But excellent defense from Audrey Couillard.
A foul
Called a
uncontested
foul.
by Couillard. Donc, une faute non contestée par Couillard. Le disque revient dans les mains de la lanceuse.
Naomi Liu. Under to Kiana Tang. Back into the middle. Galars. Galars into the middle. Davy Young. Pops up. And Titane have another chance here. We'll see if TORO sets up in their zone, but it looks like they're going match defense. TORO with some bodying on the defense. A bit of handler movement to get the disc moving. Sonogo Bergeron. Oh, open deep, but a missed throw. Couillard kind of just throws it into the ground, unfortunately.
Good position for TORO.
Mhm.
Bonne position 10 pour TORO maintenant à l'attaque.
TORO. Titane doing a good job not letting these undercuts be made for too many yards upfield. They say a nice little scoop from Davy Young. Now knocking on the goal line. It's Lola Merle.
It's a turn, dropped.
Apologies, there's a drop. And Titane have to go the entire length of the field to make it up again.
Would you call a timeout?
I think... No, I don't
No,
think so. I
you
think I'm going to let them
recenter.
play. I'm going to trust that the defense is also tired and that our players have what it takes to get upfield. However, the Titane stack kind of drifting very deep. But now we've got that handler movement.
Great movement.
Really moving well. And a Huck Sonogo Bergeron. But a great block from Lola Merle. I think that was a pretty good look.
That was great look, great movement to attack this near side of the field.
Just hard. It is a little bit of an upwind huck, and so you got to put a little bit more power on it to get it out in front of your receiver. And a timeout called by number 31, Emily Claire Badian. Badian. Got that one. Yeah, long point. A lot of running for both teams.
Yes.
And it's starting to get warm here.
The sun is bearing down on us.
Yeah.
Even though there's a bit of a breeze, it's getting hot.
Mm-hmm. Not quite the temperatures. I know we've already mentioned it, but the under 20 championships, it was up to 34, 36 degrees Celsius. Rumors of people's cleats melting into the turf. Not quite that hot yet here, but forecast has a long week of ultimate, and keeping the bodies hydrated and feeling good over the course of a full tournament like this can be pretty difficult. And often teams with more players who can fill the roles in those big long points do well in a 3-day format for a tournament. And both of these teams incredibly deep.
Yeah, and for both these teams, it's the third game of the day, I believe.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's been a big first day at this tournament. They've got 2 more days to go. They need to keep their legs fresh and stay hydrated, have the energy to last. And you never know. Last year at this tournament, it was freezing and raining. So
Yeah.
you've got to be ready for everything.
Badian picking up Audrey Couillard on the mark. Excellent defense on that undercut from Camille Heroux. Shot into the middle. Finds Naomi Liu. Back to Galars. Davy Young. Shooting deep. Lolo Merle getting under it. Read perfectly. And that's a score for Toro.
Good.
Awesome. Hey, apologies for those at home. We had some technical difficulties. We were just talking about how we're liking the brand of ultimate both of these teams are playing. High intensity defense, patient offense, really using their legs to dictate the pace of play, which is important. When you've got high caliber athletes like both of these teams do, it can be hard to dig deep and try and outrun your opponents, but we're getting a good fight so far, and we'll see what this Titane O-line has in store for us.
Yeah, we're getting off a timeout from Titane, so a bit longer break. Donc un temps mort pour Titane. Maintenant, c'est un temps mort de chaque équipe qui a été pris dans la première demi. Le score est toujours 4-2 pour Toro. Score is still 4-2 for Toro.
Shara Pearson with the flick pull. I think that might roll a little bit and stay in bounds. Rides the line for a couple extra inches. And they get to set up their mark. Garnier with the disc. Looking for options under. Can't find it. Settles for a reset. Tremblay. Up to Hébert. And a great grab there from Bilodeau, but just a little bit of an errant throw. And Toro now working it upfield. Looking to huck. Doesn't like the options. Shot to number 19, Mia Chekalova. Back to Tina Dagan. Upfield to Haney Neri. And Toro really working it up this open sideline. Chekalova with the disc. Upfield to Dagan. And shot to the end zone. It's picture perfect to Shara Pearson for the Toro goal. That's a break. And it's 5-2.
5-2, second break in a row for Toro. Deuxième bris de suite pour Toro pour faire 5-2.
Just another miscue. Just a little bit of an execution error. Like we've seen all game. Just not quite there. Rushing the throws a little bit.
But that's 3 goals in a row for Toro. Momentum is swinging a bit of their way. We'll see how Stan can bounce back from that.
We've got some of the boys from Quebec, the open team in the stands, doing a little "We Will Rock You," trying to drum up some energy. We'll see if that transfers to on the field. Big huddle in the middle of the field, not quite a timeout, but the Titane women coming down now, getting ready for an up window point. And this feels like a very important point.
It is. Another break now would be hard for Titane to dig out of.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but harder, definitely.
Going upwind on offense, always a nervy feeling. We'll see what kind of nerves show themselves on this line. Pole makes it just past the brick mark. Fortunate drop, the throw just a little bit too low. Titane with another chance. Looking upfield. Nice slash cut from Van Hove. Nice break throw. Working it against the grain. Young with the disc. Really good handler movement here from Titane. Throw a little bit behind, but held on. And then the throw just a little bit too high.
Again, end zone throw just over the head of the cutter.
Whoa.
They just need to clean that bit and it would be a different game.
I agree. Samuel Charret did such a good job to hold on to that disc, but didn't quite set her feet on the throw, and Toro with a chance at a downwind break. Davy Young with the disc. Around to Liu. Liu to Liu. And a flick huck. Looks like a good angle on it. Really, really nice throw to Davy Young. One-on-one in the end zone. Can't quite find the finishing cut. Back to Zabala. Up to Davy Young. Zabala in isolation to the front cone. And that is a score. Veronica Davy Young throws it to Joanne Zabala. And Toro with their 4th point in a row, making the score 6-2.
Un autre bris de Toro pour faire un score 6-2.
Wow. The scoreboard says 6-2, but it doesn't feel nearly that close. Or that much of a one-sided affair, should I say.
Titane can bring the disc up to the line every point, just doesn't manage to finish that that drive. They just need to clean it up a little bit, and it would be a different game.
Agreed. But that's part of coming to CUCs and testing yourself against some of the best players in the country. You're going to be nervous. You're going to have to settle yourself in those big moments. And in the red zone, the field kind of gets compressed. The windows for where you could throw it get smaller, and the execution has to be just that much higher. So I'm excited to see, once again, if Titane can get something going here.
Yeah,
they're doing everything right.
Yes, and the pressure's got to build up as well. You've got the big field, you've got the TV. It might be, will the nerves settle and they'll be able to finish their passes? We'll see.
We'll see. Sounds like Toro going to be playing some match defense here. I hear them calling off on the line, choosing their marks. Big pull from Shara Pearson. Hilliard picking up. Stan in a vertical stack. Hand block on the mark. Wow, you don't see that often. What a grab! Shara Pearson doing it all this point and throwing the assist, but there's a foul or an injury called. We'll see what the call is, but you almost never see a person throw the pole, get down as the first person on the mark, get a hand block, and then grab a layout grab into what could be an assist.
Yes.
That was an incredible point for Shara Pearson there.
Donc en ce moment, on a les observateurs sur le terrain pour essayer de résoudre la faute ou le contact. Observers are on the field trying to resolve this.
Yeah, we'll try and
foul.
decipher any hand signals that we can see, but I think they're maybe trying to decide whether or not the contact affected the result of that throw, or
and if so, where do we bring the disc
exactly.
back?
But any foul before the throw should stop the play, theoretically. Long discussion. A lot of people involved in this one. Seems maybe a language barrier coming into play? Who knows? Probably not.
I don't think so, but like you said, really complicated. A lot of people involved.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different vision of the play. Observers will want to move this along. So
Yeah. Well, okay. So there was a foul called. The result was a uncontested foul on the Toro player, so the disc will come back to Shara Pearson.
donc une faute non contestée sur le joueur de Toro. Le disque lui revient sur la ligne de but.
And this looks like a pretty dangerous position. Two cutters in the end zone. Wonder what we'll see off of the stoppage of play here. Coming in on stall 3. Shara Pearson with the disc. Throws it just over top of the intended receiver, but number 7, Tanya Krulik, reels it in. And Toro score one upwind, extending their lead to 7-3. Or 7-2, pardon me.
7-2. This is 3 breaks in a row, 5 points in a row. So Toro does have the momentum right now.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What an exciting point. A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. That hand block to start things off was a heartbreaker for Titane, I'm sure, but a really good play from Toro. We've got a timeout going on, pretty sure.
Yeah, a little timeout. We'll take a moment here, I think, to shout out some of our sponsors for this event. Of course, B Ultimate, aka B Athletics. They're branching out of Ultimate and starting to make some stuff for rock climbing and other athletic sports, but they're one of our primary sponsors. Discraft, thank you for making the disc that we play this sport with. Ultimate Canada for putting it all on. And yeah.
And we've got this great venue here. I mean, lots of field, lots of space for every player. Beautiful weather as well. So
Yeah.
pretty lucky.
Yeah, can't complain. After being in Edmonton last year for CUCs, and it was raining sideways half the days, and it was ice cold, and this is a nice change of pace.
Yes, definitely.
Teams finishing up their cheers, getting ready to retake the field.
These two teams have a long history. Toro exists since 2014 and Titane 2015, 11 years running. So 2 teams with long history. They've been here quite often finishing on the podium. So this is a great matchup. Score not really representing it right now, but I think Titane is still able to come back in this game.
I think so too. If they can just settle themselves on these throwing errors, I think we've got the makings of a good match. Especially Toro's been turning it over as well. It's not like it's been a one-sided affair in the slightest. They've just kind of gotten the better side of a couple of 50-50s going either way.
Yeah.
Here we've got Davy Young getting ready to pull.
Donc Titane en attaque pour ce point.
Big pull. End zone to end zone. Toussignon with the disc. Play just continues on. Heru coming under. Looking deep. No, settles on the under instead. Amelia Ray on the open side. Shot up the middle, pick called. A lot of traffic in the middle of the field. Wouldn't be surprised, but disc stays where it is. A lot of open. Reset backward the field and
an all-rounded team. And throughout all our games, there would be moments where we would be a first-hand team or a second-hand team or a second-half team. And so going into this, we really wanted to start strong and like end strong. And so that's what we're going in with.
It's looking good so far. You mentioned earlier that this was a bit of a revenge match for Toro. Can you talk a little bit about what happened last year and how that's kind of fueled your fire going into this game?
Yeah, I was anticipating this game like a lot the past month, I would say, because last year at Nats, this was our game to kind of get into quarters. Unfortunately, we lost, but we've been really working hard to kind of get back. And I think this year, I have a lot of confidence. I think a lot of us are graduates this year, and so it's kind of like our most improved state at the moment. And so we're really excited to go into it.
Yeah, amazing. It looks like your team's getting back together. Are there any shout outs you want to give before you hop off the mic here?
Yeah, I guess like the captains, I would say firstly, because we all are, at least 3 of us, we played Toro. This is our 3rd year playing Toro, so we're all graduating together, and our 4th captain as well, Ronnie. But yeah, it's great to just have people that we've been practicing with the past couple of years and ending off kind of like this as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Oh my god, I actually got nervous.
They're looking for a reason to quit. Let's give it to them.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half of this pool play match between Titane and Toro. Titane with the opening pull of the second half, looking to make up for a bit of a slow start in the first half.
That would start off well their second half with the break, but they still need to go all the way across the field.
Puck goes up, it's floating. Couple players underneath it. Looking for a reset. Nice up line to Eru. But the throw. Yet another flick, just a little bit errant. And Toro with an excellent block there. That's Naomi Liu. To Clara Liu. Into the middle. I don't know how she held on to that. Georgia Galars. Up to Davy Young. Toro spreading the field. Interesting offensive structure. They have 2 players kind of sitting deep and then just making big cuts under. That one was wide open, but the throw was a little bit too low. And Titane. Another chance here. Audrey Couliard picking up. Christine Herbaye. Beirut. Back to Herbaye. Little give and go action. Oh, just a little bit of a miscue, but held on. It's Rollet. Defense in the red zone has been excellent, and it is once again Naomi Liu with the block.
We've got an injury call on the Toro side.
Wonder what happened. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Looks like it's an ankle or a foot, but regardless, Toro bring in a substitute.
We have a change on Stan side as well.
Yeah. Can't quite see from here who's come in. I think it might be Shara Pearson, but not sure. And Camille Tremblay comes in for Titane. Liu. Up to Davy Young. Across the field. Shara Pearson has an option going deep. Opts not to throw it. Finds the inside backhand to Davy Young. Nice. Undershot defender and chase. Bit of contact. Think they're okay. Clara Liu calling foul. Liu. Back to Pearson. Didn't work.
Defense is tight everywhere.
Davy Young holds on to that and throws it to a wide open receiver, but wide open because of a pick. Disc is going to go back.
C'est un pick. Le disque retourne à la lanceuse sur le bord de la zone. So Toro on the end zone line.
Excellent defense there from Justine Baye, but can't quite sustain it as Shara Pearson makes a double cut and comes straight to that front cone for the score. Something in recent years we've seen is that front cone end zone cut, you know, that like 2-yard little flip throw where you can kind of just box your defender out and make the clap catch. Toro using it quite effectively in this game.
Yes, and once more it's Stan bringing it up to the end zone and not quite making it, just shy of it. Must be hard. Hopefully they can bounce back and start this second half strong.
Yeah, it is hard to say exactly what the issue is, but it happens sometimes. These games, you know, you get in your head and you think, oh, we've been in this position so many times, and you look upfield into the end zone and you see all these red jerseys and you're like, oh, I can't quite find the space. You know, we're talking about, you know, the Toro is all having players poach off and be in the lanes and undercut these cuts from the back of the sack, and it's really hard for Titane to know which player's open when there's so much chaos happening.
Yes. Yeah, they managed to clog the space quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Stan just needs to find a way to navigate through that.
You see, pole goes up, just stays in bounds. Think. Nope, called out. Gonna take it to the center.
Donc le disque à l'extérieur est recentré pour Titane.
Camille Tremblay with the disc. Cut under. Amelia Ray. Really nice little cutting package between Amelia Ray and Clara Ray. Sisters, I've been told. Number 2, Toussillon. Reset throw just over top, but a nice diving grab. Amelia Ray keeps the possession alive for Titane. And a shot into the middle. Camille Tremblay throws it to Clara Ray. And Titane are back on the board.
They're back on the board. It's been a while since they've scored. 9-3. This will get their energy running.
Absolutely. Sometimes, you get scored on a bunch and then you finally punch one in. It's that, that sigh of relief. We can
Yes.
finally breathe a little bit. And
Pressure's off now. They can just go on and do their work.
yeah.
Doesn't mean Toro won't fight back, but we'll see how it goes next. Donc, Titane avec réussissent à faire ce point après autant d'efforts. Un beau point. We see Titane's undercuts really strong. They've been using it quite a lot.
Really,
I don't know
really
if Toho
strong.
will have a solution for that, or if they're letting them have the undercuts.
Yeah,
But,
the opening play there for that last point, it was kind of a side stack where there were two players on the near sideline. One of them, I believe it was Clara Ray, took a step inside and then went out, and her sister Amelia Ray came under, got the disc and turned around, and Clara Ray was already in position to make another undercut, and it was like a 1-2 punch that got them 25-30 yards in two throws. And that kind of cutting package and set plays are the mark of a well-coached team. Pull up. Pass half. Picking up, it's Clara Liu. Centers to Davy Young. Back to Liu. Open side slash cuts. Really doing a lot of work. Pardon me, this is Davy Young now. Liu. Nice shot to the middle of the field. Both players holding on. Who got there first? Looks like they agree. It's the offensive player, Joanne Zabala. Veronica Davy Young. Directing traffic. Gets it up to Zabala again. Reset back. Off to third into the middle of the field. Liu to Davy Young. Back to Liu.
Nice
Davy
roll from the
Young.
Titane defense right now.
Yeah, really good. Pushing Toro back. Asking them to go to the break side. What a great grab there. Number 15, Meredith Short. To Liu. Tight shot to Davy Young. And a throw just out of the hands. Seemed like it was going to be an easy score, but the wind pushed it down. Lola Merle couldn't quite hold on to it. Happens sometimes when you're in transition and fast braking, and then you kind of just throw the disc a little willy-nilly, and the wind kind of pushes it into the turf. No. Nice little roll. Zabala to Davy Young. Back to Zabala. Inside shot. But Stan.
Défense par
With
Sully
another
Mayotte.
block. There's a call
there's a
somewhere
call.
upfield. Looks
Injury
like an injury.
call.
Eru coming off, and
Change for Toro as
Gabaye
well.
coming in. Yeah. And of course, they're bringing in Shara Pearson, one of the big contributors on this Toro team so far this game. One would assume one of the players to watch for the rest of the tournament. Good. Reset. Ooh! Thought we were going to see a layout there, but didn't need to. A run-through block from Clara Liu. Blady flick to the back of the end zone, but doesn't quite calibrate it correctly, and just out of reach for Shara Pearson. Titane with their fourth possession this point.
Yes, another long point with the entire field in front of him.
Setting up in a horizontal stack. Nice shot under to the open side. Back to the middle, just a little bit too low. You see the Toro end zone set. They get to a vertical stack in the middle of the field. Veronica Davy-Young picking up. Shara Pearson isolated to the open side. Couple throws, and it's called in by the observer. Shara Pearson to Clara Liu to make the score 10-3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, 10-3. You're
10-3
right. That's a
for
hold
Toro.
for Toro.
Not the cleanest hold we've seen.
A dirty hold, but it's a hold nonetheless. So I guess they'll take it.
Absolutely. A point to point. Saw an injury called that point. Seen a couple non-contact injuries. I wonder if players are starting to cramp or there's some nagging injuries that are flaring up as the day wears on. But regardless, we've seen as some of these points wear on, both teams bringing in substitutions to kind of keep the lines fresh. Now, in Quebec, I hear there's a lot of indoor ultimate frisbee that gets played.
Well, weather dictates. Yes, our indoor season starts early and finishes late. So from November to April, we'll be playing inside 4-on-4, which is kind of a staple in Quebec. And we've got a nice both junior and senior circuit.
Yeah.
Very interesting, yes.
I played C4UCs for the first time this year, and it felt like a different sport.
I've
I've never seen so many scoobers and blades go over my shoulder when I had my person's not even cutting.
Oh yeah, push passes, scuba blades. You'll use all of your throw inside, and that's what makes the sport interesting. So many different looks.
Yeah, and a lot of these players on Titane having a deep bag of throws. I was gonna say that inside-out flick looked pretty good, but couldn't quite hold on. Oh, deflection on the huck. Chekalova with the disc. Oh, and a phenomenal block. Sonogo Bergeron, but there's an injury earlier on in the play.
Oh, it's a cramp?
Looks like a cramp.
Yes.
I hope we didn't curse anyone by talking about it.
You were saying the weather and the temperature was affecting the players. I think you're right.
Unfortunate. And I believe because the injury was called before the throw went up, that block's probably not going to stand, and Toro will keep the disc.
That's unfortunate. Leonie Sanogo Bergeron had done a great defensive block on the end zone line.
Hopefully the player's okay. Yeah, just a little cramp.
Yeah. Both team cheering on her on to stand up and go out on her own energy.
Let's see if Toro brings in a sub here. I don't think they will. It's pretty early in the point. Got all the momentum going forward.
Now, will the turn stand or not? We'll see at what point did the play stop.
Feels like that's
it's
what the
going back
conversation
to
is,
Toro.
but it's going back. Mia Chekalova with the disc. And Amelia Ray coming on in the substitution. Both teams just trying to figure out where to start when play resumes. Chekalova, little backhand flip pass to Kelly Choa, and that is about as easy as a score as you're ever going to see.
So that's a break for Toro, bringing the score 11-3.
Yeah. Don't want to say it, but I think Toro might be running away with this one.
I think you might be right.
As commentators, we have to be impartial, but also kind of read what's happening on the field.
We're still on the first day. I mean, Titane needs to learn from this game. They need to see what's We were so good. Are we? We're back on? All right. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Test 1, 2. Some more technical difficulties, but no worries. We got them fixed before the point started, and that's what matters. It's time here in a horizontal set. Looking for options. Amelia Ray. Back to Gagne. Nice cut upfield. Camille Tremblay. To Ray. A little bit of trouble. The around backhand, just a little bit too far. Wind pushing it away, but foul called on the mark. A little bit of debate. Uncontested, no debate whatsoever. The disc will go back to Amelia Ray, and the stall count will be coming in at 0.
Donc, une faute non contestée, les joueurs reprennent leur position. Players are going back to their position at the time of the call.
And once everyone's set, tap it in and play resumes. High release backhand. Tremblay with the disc. Shot really good under, gaining a lot of yards there was Clara Ray. And they finally do it! Upwind score. Clara Ray throwing it to, I can't quite see who it is. But that's a big one.
That's a big one. 11-4. Gives Stan a bit of energy.
And that's the throw they've been missing, it seems like, all game. Is that
finishing throw.
That finishing throw, especially on the flick side.
On the far side of the field as well, with the wind coming in. But I think the wind actually might have died down a bit.
Yeah, maybe that's the
So
answer.
that might help.
Control the wind. You control your throws. Regardless, it's 11-4 for Toro. Now, an important thing to mention about pool play at this tournament is score differential comes into play pretty often. I know it's been a big talking point on the stream so far, but if there's a tie, especially a three-way tie between teams in the same pool, very often the deciding factor will be which point has the most points scored for and the fewest points scored against. And so although score currently is 11-4, it's not just win or lose. Like, Titane needs to try and score as many points as they can. Oh! Speaking of which, first throw turnover.
Rare early mistake by Toro in this game.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Titane defenders were past half when that turnover happened, and they're starting in the red zone. Robitaille with the disc. Nice give and go. Really good flow here from Titane. Shot into the middle. That's a break. Number 5, Audrey Couillard.
You were saying that point differential was important.
Yeah.
Well, Stan understood the assignment and delivered 11-5, 11-5 pour Stan avec un bris, avec le vent dans le dos.
Maeva Lupien scoring that one, I believe. And they are fired up down there.
Yes.
They're cheering. They're getting excited.
Hyping themselves up.
And it looks like a Toro timeout this time around. We just getting together, reel it in. You know, it's 11-4, but the games go to 15, and as we saw yesterday during the showcase game, big leads can get cut down pretty quickly.
Yes, momentum can shift quite fast.
Yeah. I believe it was the Toro Open team that scored 5 in a row.
That's right.
At the end of the game, it was 14-6, and the game ended 14-11 or something like that.
Yeah, and everybody thought it was going to finish at 15, and
Yeah.
they never made it to 15.
They never made it. Heard the stands were clearing out at 10-3, and you never know what can happen. But we'll see. Stan have an upwind offensive point here. and Toro's defense has been pretty good. Interested to see what kind of look they throw at Titane to try and slow them down.
Surprised I haven't seen that much of a zone look by either team. So I don't think I think we're still going to be seeing some person defense.
Yeah, one thing we've mentioned, or I've heard mentioned a lot, is that Vancouver, the Lower Mainland area, we're in Surrey, but basically Vancouver. It's a lot less windy than other parts of the country. Like today, there's a light breeze coming towards us, and I'd consider this a windy day.
Oh,
as
really?
a Vancouver Ultimate player. I know any teams from the prairies or out east are going to disagree with me on that. You're shaking your head.
Oh, in Quebec, this is no wind. I mean, we can get some really awful windy temperatures.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like a bit of a side stack. 5 players deep on the disc. Nice hawk from Naomi Liu. Just a little bit too far. Titane with the chance to break.
They're bringing out their zone.
Yeah, zone on a turn. Something we've seen, again, more in recent years. You know, typically defensive lines, maybe not the strongest 7 players on any team, and can get flustered by a zone. If you make them throw 15, 20, 30 throws in a possession, they're maybe more likely to turn one of them over. But right now, looking really good, carving up this arrowhead zone. And keeping the disc moving, never letting it stagnate in one spot for too long. Give go, give go. And this throw with the backfield handler coming upfield and catching it. What we'd call the chisel.
The chisel, I like it.
Yeah, chipping away at the zone, piece by piece. I think we're probably up to at least 20 throws now on this time possession.
Well, that's what you want to do in a zone. You want to force as many passes as possible, hope for a turn, a miscue. Stan has been doing it quite well on this point.
It does become a numbers game pretty quickly.
But they want to break through this line of defense. They have not managed to do it yet.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is, I was about to say they don't really have anyone in the middle of the field, but right there, Danica Mercier does a good job coming under and filling that space. And Toro is into person defense now.
Yes.
Stan has broken through at least the first layer.
Oh,
and
just when you say it.
The second layer, always the hardest layer to break through.
And we've got an injury from Stan.
Audrey Couillard coming off, being replaced by Camille Tremblay.
Audrey Couillard, qui était le corps arrière de cette ligne attaquante contre la zone. Audrey Couillard was quarterbacking that attack on the zone.
Yeah. Some would say dribbling, going every other. And wow. Just out of the gate. Get the signal to go. Pick up. Huck to Veronica Davy-Young. No worries. That's yet another point for Toro W.
That's a hold for Toro, making it 12-5. Toro n'a pas perdu de temps sur ce point-là. Ramasser le disque. On regardait dans le fond tout de suite.
Oof. A lot of tournament left to be played. I feel like we were talking to Stan coach Iwan on the sideline, and he made it clear that this is not their tournament. You know, like this game, yes, it's on stream. Yes, it's a rivalry, at least as of last year. But the real push comes once you get to the bracket.
Yes.
And Stan looking like they're going to make it to that bracket, given their results earlier today. And maybe saving some energy for that push to make it to quarters, semis, finals.
Definitely tomorrow morning's game will be important for everybody, Stan
Mhm.
included.
But Toro showing quite a bit of class here so far. Roller pull, just about half. Singong picking up. Once again, this little side stack play, we saw it earlier between Amelia Ray and Clara Ray, and it works once again. It's a side stack. Amelia comes under, Clara goes out and then comes under. Tremblay with the disc. Backhand around, looking to continue, doesn't find it. Backhand around, and it's called in by the observer. That's a point for Amelia Ray. Titane with the hold.
That makes 12-6 for Toro.
And that was kind of about the offense I was expecting to see. That was clinical. All of the throws were on the money. The movement was fast. They were clearing space for each other.
This second half looks more like it's Stan that we're usually seeing, so good for them getting to bring the energy back and the focus back in this game. And that game is not over yet.
Not over yet. Any lead can be cut down. 12-6. Arguably the most dangerous lead in Ultimate. But we will say it's a 75-minute cap, and we are starting to get close to that.
Yeah, that's true. So they might have the energy, but they are going to miss some time.
Yeah. Sometimes the energy and the will to come back is on your side, but time and simple mathematics are not. We'll see if they can string together a couple quick ones here. There might be a conversation about making a comeback, but if Toro can score one or two more, I think it might be curtains on this game. Big pull all the way to half.
Well, if they can get a better differential in scoring, like you said.
Exactly. Every point counts. Naomi Liu to Davy Young. Sabadian. Flick blade. Just a little bit too short. It's a bit of a cheeky throw.
Hard throw in this wind, definitely. Not sure if that's what she wanted to do or not.
Yeah. The result, regardless, is a turnover. PR picking up. And looking for the huck. Not there. Hits the reset. We'll give and go. Almost opportunity for a Callahan from Davy Young there. Lupien. Nice undercut. Amelia Ray really showing off her speed so far this game. Shot up the line. Justina Ibaye. And maybe a hand block there. That disc came out pretty fluttery. I think Merle might have gotten a hand to that.
I think so.
Galars picking up. Looking for Liu. Can't find her. Stall count rising. Liu finally gets it. Shoots it up to Galars. Davy Young just outside the end zone. Attacking the front cone. Yet again, it's Lola Merle. Toro has been so dangerous on those slash cuts to the front cone of the end zone. And they score yet another one to make the score 13-6. Word on the street is Softcap may have gone on during that last point, and the game could be over. Waiting for confirmation. But it looks like Toro's celebrating, and
Looks like it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Toro win 13-6
Yes.
versus Titane. Any final thoughts on that game, Marie?
Great game. Very good person defense on both sides. I think Toho managed to win by just being like perfect with their disc. Even though they did do some turns, I think they managed to have less turns and just keep the disc in their hand. Had a bit of a better, longer game as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I keep from that game.
Yeah. Excellent showing from both sides, and we're excited to see how far they can take it in this tournament. My name's Jonah Liash,
I'm Marie-Philippe Mayotte.
and that's it for this coverage of pool play at CUC's 2026. Thanks for watching. See you next time.